everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. If you jump on here live on this Tuesday night, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure you give the video a like, a thumbs up, and if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. It feels good to be back in my normal studio. I've mentioned before that my normal studio is not insulated at all, so it's really hot in the summertime and really cold in the wintertime. I don't so much mind the hot. All I do is sit here and do this during the videos, but I don't mind that. But the cold is a different story. Hey there, Kevron. Glad to have you here. Hey there, Marcus. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. But with the cold, I feel like it's hard to do a video when you're going the whole time. But tonight, it's not too hot. It's not too cold. None of the kids are in the bed asleep, so I can use my normal studio. So I wanted to come in my normal studio tonight. And yes, Marcus, they did 59-41 in the first round of the high school state playoffs. The boys play tomorrow night. They will be at home. But as you can tell by the title of my video, I'm thinking about it already. And what am I thinking about? Spring, because I hate the cold. We were having a conversation at church Sunday, and me and some of the men at church, what do you like better, the hot or the cold? No problem, Marcus, anytime. And I really don't like being hot or being cold, but if I got to pick one or the other, let me just be hot. I cannot stand to be cold. I despise being cold. I can't get comfortable. I can't sit down. I feel like every 5 minutes I gotta pee. I just do not like being cold at all. You put on a jacket and it's too hot. You take it off and it's too cold. Just let me be hot. So I'm thinking about spring already because I hate wintertime. And February is also a short month. So it's already, as the old country song says, the backside of 30. Well, we're on the backside of February, so March is only about a week and a half away. So it's about time to start thinking about spring break. So I found an article that is the top 10 spring break destinations in 2025. And this is not necessarily all in America. Maybe I'll find another one in the next few weeks that's just in America. But this is the top 10 spring break destinations in 2025. Number 10, Paris, France. It's for a city escape. Now, I've always wanted to go to Paris, France. There's quite a few countries around the world that I want to go to. The problem with me is I don't want to get on a plane. I don't want to take a bus. I sure don't want to try to find a train ride that goes that far, and I'm sure not driving that far. So I'd love to get to those places. The problem is I got to figure out how I can get to those places. Plus, my wife won't fly. So anything that involves an airplane, you can forget. And some places you can't go to in a car, so you have to be on a plane. Number 9, National Park, USA. That's perfect for road trippers. And I've been to quite a few national parks, not the USA National Park, but quite a few national parks. And I love to walk, so I enjoy going to all of them. I prefer to go in the spring because by summertime you try to walk one of those trails and you've got 19,478 mosquitoes and 17,000 ants and 6,000 grasshoppers. I don't like that. So I prefer to go in the spring when the bugs aren't quite as bad, but I do love hiking all those trails. Number 8, Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia. Now, I have no desire to go there because it's for the history buffs, and a lot of history I just don't care anything about. Some I do, but that's close to DC, of course, the nation's capital, so it's mainly going to be about all the former presidents, and I care absolutely nothing about that. But if you like history, especially all the former presidents, then you would enjoy Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia. Number 7, this is right up my alley, Charleston, South Carolina, and it specifically said in the article that it's for foodies. And if there's one thing I love, it's food. When my grandpa was alive, on my mama's side, he'd always say that Brandon likes 3 kinds of food: hot, warm, and cold. I've never had a day where I didn't want to eat. If I'm hot, I'll eat. If I'm cold, I'll eat. If I feel good, I'll eat. If I'm tired, I'll eat. If I'm sick, I'll eat. I love to eat. So I think I need to go to Charleston, South Carolina. Number 6, for a city and nature escape, Los Angeles, California. And I would never go to Los Angeles because my grandparents used to live there back in the 70s. So I can imagine what it would be like now. But they said, back 55, 60 years ago, if you tried to go anywhere in rush hour traffic, it would take you about 2 hours to drive 3 blocks. Not going there. I would have road rage to the fullest extent. If I can't move, I'm not going. I'm the type driver to where if I can turn and go 2 miles out of the way to avoid sitting still, I will turn and go 2 miles out of the way to avoid sitting still. I don't want to sit in no red light. I don't want to sit in no stop sign. I'll just go around. I'll drive out of the way. I cannot stand to sit still. Hey there, Game Day. Glad to have you here. So again, 10 through 6 is Paris, France, National Park, USA, Colonial Williamsburg, Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina, and Los Angeles, California. This is the top 10 2025 spring break destinations. Number 5, for those that want adventure, Hawaii. Now, Hawaii is one place that I would absolutely love to go to. And that's a place I would go to just to say I've been there. I ain't got to do anything, go anywhere, just to be able to say, hey, I've been to Hawaii. I would enjoy doing it. Number 4, a classic spring break location, and that is Orlando, Florida. And Orlando is fun because, even in the wintertime and the springtime, when a lot of places it's cold, if you go down to Daytona and Orlando and Tampa and places like that in Florida, it ain't even cold there, right now. So I can imagine, a lot of spring break places you don't want to go to in March and April because it's so cold. You go to Orlando in March and it's probably going to be 75 degrees. And thank you, Game Day. I appreciate that. I was actually driving home tonight and I was thinking, what can I do for a top 10 countdown? Because I've been gone all day long and hadn't really thought about it. I was going to wait till tomorrow night, and I was like, you know what? It's Tuesday night. It's close enough to Wednesday. Go ahead and do one, but what can I do one about? And then I got to thinking about, hopefully, my family and I are taking a short but sweet vacation at the end of next month. So I thought, you know what? Let's talk about spring break. Number 3 is for those that still want winter, and that is Colorado. Now, the reason why it says for those that still want winter is because Colorado still gets snow in late April. I can recall many a baseball time over the years turning on a baseball game in late April, and the Rockies are playing or supposed to play, and there's a foot of snow on the ground. So that's why I said for those that still want winter, because if you go to Colorado in March or April, there's a pretty good chance you're going to see snow. Even if you don't, it's going to be 12 degrees. And for some ungodly reason, some people actually like wintertime and they like the snow. Don't ask me why, but some people actually do. At game day, that would take me a while because I don't know if I could list off 10 reasons why Uncle Bobby is so awesome. But I did enjoy doing my podcast with Uncle Bobby, not last night, but last Monday. And number two, Cancun, Mexico. And Cancun is a spot that a lot of people go to for vacation, not just spring break, but in the summertime as well, because it always feels good there. I guess it's kind of like Orlando, Florida, where it's never, ever, ever too cold. So it's always a good time to go there. Plus, it doesn't take long to get there. And from my understanding, it's beautiful and it's fairly cheap. And number one, Grenada, or as some say, Grenada. That is in the Caribbean. That is the number one place to go in 2025 on spring break, according to pointsguy.com. That's where I found this article. Now, Cancun will be fun, and I wouldn't mind Grenada or Grenada, but if I could go to any country, I think I would choose Turks and Caicos. I recall watching Price is Right probably 25 years ago, and somebody won a trip there, and I saw the pictures, and I was like, man, that is a beautiful place right there. So if I could go anywhere for a vacation, it would be Turks and Caicos. But the number one spot in 2025 to go to for a spring break vacation is Grenada or Grenada in the Caribbean. Any thoughts on any of this? Please feel free to let me know. But a person that wants you to accompany them to a bar, that person is driving you to drink. And that is your dad joke of the day. And that wraps it up for today's Rev Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of three. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.